Hey, it's Frosty, and before the video started, I just wanted to say special thank you to LazerKatTV for being on this. Go check her out at her socials in the description below. Enjoy. Okay.
Breathing. Okay.
First off, so a bit about Kat, let me know if any of these things are wrong in the bio. 27 years old, streaming for around 5 years.
Yes.
You ride a motorcycle. Is it a Kawasaki Ninja 300?
It is, yes.
Yes!
My helmet is right behind.
You have an English bulldog named Lily.
Oh, my precious potato. She's snapping.
You have over 25,000 followers on Twitch.
Yeah.
And you consistently put out positive content on your social media platforms and have cultivated a positive and inclusive community. Wow. That's a sentence right there that sums up what I wanted to focus on in this interview. You've grown an incredible community that was when I first joined it, I was like, whoa, this is awesome.
I'm really, really proud of it. And sometimes I don't know how we got here. It's been a journey for sure. I think, you mentioned content creators who kind of focus more on the silly or the goofy or stupid or whatever. And I think that there's a place for that. And I think it just didn't feel genuine to me. I think I can be that way offline sometimes and it's a good outlet, but I think I felt this sort of responsibility and I felt like there was just this lack of genuine communities, when I got started, which was a long time ago. The story is a long one. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happens in 5 years. There was a year in that time where I could not stream because I did not have internet. I could barely play video games on my own. I was playing a lot of Destiny, but I could not stream. I mean, I tried and it failed and I basically had to walk away from my community for a year. I was not active in my, I basically was so upset that I just stepped away. I was so afraid when I came back after that year, so afraid that no one was gonna show up. And so I came back and boom, it was everybody was there. Everybody came back, everybody was excited. And I was holy crap. And I think it really showed me the impact that I had on other people was so much bigger than I even understood at that point. It was so obvious to me that I wanted to build a place where people felt like they could come in and just be themselves and unapologetically so, and just feel accepted and loved for who they were without question. And it was just, that was it. That was from that moment on, every day was, okay, how can I make people feel like this is a genuine place? When I started, it was more so I saw that there just weren't enough female content creators on the website. And it was more so Twitch was introduced to me and I was what even is this? I loved video games. I've been playing video games my whole life. And it was actually introduced to me because of League of Legends. I was introduced to League of Legends. And it was terrible, as I feel almost everyone is on their first MOBA, right? I was just awful. I was getting killed constantly and I was this isn't even fun. All my friends were playing it and having fun. I was I can't, there's too much going on. I can't learn this game. And they were well, maybe you should watch the pros play and you can kind of see how it's supposed to be done. And that's how I was introduced to Twitch. And so that's kind of what inspired me to start and what inspired me to start building. And it wasn't about community. It wasn't about inclusivity, really. It wasn't not about that, but I hadn't really figured out what I wanted to do at that point. And I just wanted to play video games and I wanted to entertain myself. And that was 5 years ago.
That was awesome. That was a nice intro, hey, this is a basic overview of the world map of LazerKat's life. And that was awesome. So moving from we discussed a little bit about why you became a content creator. Even before that even started, when you were growing up, what career paths were you interested in?
When I was growing up, I remember American Idol was a very big thing. And I loved to sing. Oh my goodness. Since I was 5, up and down the aisles, just wanted to sing when Ariel, she gives her voice to Ursula. That was me, up and down, just constantly. I wanted to be a triple threat. I remember being in the back of our Ford Aerostar and telling my parents that I needed to take piano and dance because I wanted to be a triple threat and I wanted, to be the next Britney Spears at the time. She was who was very big. You kind of get distracted, right? Those are your childhood dreams and you get distracted and people start to tell you that you need to have a more practical dream. Was basically told that I would be a really great nurse. And I was that sounds amazing. I'm helping people. I'm exercising my math and science, passions. And I thought that would be so great. That would be so fulfilling to be a nurse, and how I just felt a sense of pride even just talking about like the possibility of being a nurse. So I applied for a scholarship through the military, and I got a full ride, and I got my nursing degree, which I don't really talk about that a whole lot on my stream, but I have a full, bachelor's of science in nursing from George Mason University. It was a full ride scholarship cadet through the Army, and that was my path, and that was my plan. But having this kind of career goal where I knew I was going to be successful as a nurse, like looking back, I was like, oh, I'm going to be fine. It also alleviated that pressure of streaming, right? Like I never needed to be financially stable via streaming because it was always going to be my side project while I had a main job.
What do you do to quote unquote sharpen your saw? So like, what do you do to recharge, and keep your energy level up? Because you have such a high energy level when you're streaming.
For me, it's a front end approach. It's hard because I work a full-time job, and luckily this full-time job is a lot lower energy. I'm able to I work at a desk. I'm a project manager for an internet marketing company now. So yeah, it sounds super fancy, but it's awesome, and I love the work environment. But with the amount of energy that I put into stream, if I worked a job that I didn't love, or that I didn't at least enjoy, or that I wasn't passionate about, it takes energy, and I kind of view it as like a health bar, right? Or like a mana bar, right? Like you set yourself up by sleeping, right? And resting and eating right and exercising and doing all the things to put you at maximum. And then the things that you do throughout your day are going to pull at your mana, whether you like it or not, or your health, however you want to put it. Like they're going to pull at it. So you have to be conscious about how you spend your energy. And so for me, that the biggest energy sucker for me is toxic people in my life, people who take but they don't give, and so I had to really on the front end find a way to remove those kinds of energy depleters from my life. Now I do take energy supplements that are natural, and they help a ton, which I won't talk about a whole lot here. I don't want to get into branding or marketing or whatever, but I'm really conscious about what I put into my body to fuel myself. And that doesn't always mean caffeine. Sometimes it's B vitamins or things like that. Do your research, people. Don't overdo it. But on my weekday streams, I literally work a full day. I'm up at 5, in the morning. I work a full day of, doing a lot of customer service type things, which I can't get rid of those people in my life, right? Yeah. I'll take an hour usually between coming home and going live, and just see my Lily girl, snuggle with her. That refuels me. Sometimes we'll just lay, and snuggle, and I'll just we do that. I have a core group of people around me who I know beyond any shred of doubt will always be there for me. And if I've had a tough day, I can literally call on them, and we can have these family Discord calls where I can see them and I can recharge that kind of energy. And then I'll take my energy and however, I need it. And then I go on, and it's I hit the go live button. I've got my music, right? My intro music is really important to me. It was made for our community. It wasn't something that was put together. It was made for us. Yes. By a local DJ in my town. And that's why you hear all the meows in the video game. It was made for this purpose, this mix. Yes. And I'll throw my headsets on, and I stand up, especially now that I'm doing all these stand-up streams, which I love. I stand up and I'll dance, and I'll just dance, and I'll feel the music, and I'll feel the message. And it's sometimes I'm honestly tempted to keep muted and show you guys my get up, and just the vibe is just it's just joy, right? Just feeling that joy and just letting it consume me, and knowing that I'm about to go do the thing that I've been looking forward to doing all day, and just letting that wash over you. And it sounds honestly, I don't know when I became such a hippy dippy chick, but it's such, I don't know when that happened, but it's, you can feel it, and you can feel it, and then you go in, and I'm just, and then I see people come in, and you just feed off of that, right? It's just beautiful. And honestly, I'm just a high energy person. I have to admit that as well. There is a lot of this that is just absolutely natural.
What tips, tricks, tidbits of advice do you have? There's a little succession of little little proverbs with cat segment.
I mean, if we're talking technically speaking, I think the easiest thing that you can do to improve your quality is to watch your VODs. You, as a streamer, what you're hearing and what you're seeing is not always what your people are seeing. And I think what I personally did, you know, when I watched my VODs, is I looked at I prioritized my upgrades based on what the viewers could see, because I literally streamed from a laptop. This is what I streamed from for 4.5 years. I literally just upgraded this. I wanted to invest in my community, so what they saw. So for example, monitors were my last upgrade.
Thank you.
Because I see that. Only I see that. You know, the other things like your CPU, you know, stuff that's going to increase the quality of the content that you put out, that's where I would prioritize. Like look at where you want to go. How do they act? You know, how are they're not talking down or calling themselves small streamers, or they're not
yes, especially
belittling themselves, right? And it just you're a big streamer to a lot of people, so own it. I see this a lot in smaller channels. It's like people will put up with things because they want that number, and I encourage you to not. Don't let people treat you. Don't let people speak to you in a way that is less than what you are deserving. Don't do that, because I think, and this is my unique perspective, right, of what I've gone through, but I think that you're just gonna scare away the people who are like you and who will resonate with you, because they're gonna only see what if they only see that you're allowing that kind of talk, right? Like what if that's the one interaction that they get to see? Like that's not who you are. And if they don't, you know, people aren't gonna like you. There are so many people who don't like me, and that's okay. Sometimes I don't like me, right? Like that's okay. That's fine. Just right? Like just be authentic to who you are and own it. And then the people who are like-minded, they will come. I think the bottom line is, like, it's not about your setup. It's not about the camera that you have. It's not about the microphone that you have. I mean, that's important. But you can have the best setup in the world, and if you're not doing content that's relevant, or you're not doing content that's that you're passionate about, if you're not doing content that matters to you, if you're not proud of what you're making, I don't know if people are gonna watch, because I think that's what's more important to people. And I think maybe people will watch, but I don't know if you'll grow. I don't know. But just don't. If you're thinking about starting streaming, just do it. Just figure it out, and know that you don't have to be perfect. And I wasn't perfect 5 years ago. I wasn't perfect 3 years ago, and I'm still not perfect now. I'm still learning. I'm still upgrading. I'm still growing. And just know that it's okay. Like it's okay to be imperfect. And I hope that it means that you want to grow. And I think it's beautiful. It's so beautiful to be able to share that with people, to share that growth, and so just do it.
The final segment of this whole thing, I polled your community. I reached out to some of your longtime supporters on Twitch, and I asked them, I was like, hey, what would you want to ask Quat?
LazerKatTV's new name incoming.
So I asked them, and I have 3 questions that were by and far the 3 most popular ones. The first one is, if you won the lottery, how would you spend it?
Ooh, okay, so I would definitely save a lot of it. I'm a saver, okay, which is so boring.
Ooh.
I know, but this is what I would do. I think some people know this as well. I would buy a ton of land. I'd buy a ton of land, and I would build like this compound, because my chosen family, we're all over the United States. Some of us are not even in the country, and then we could all like be together. And I don't know, I think, and also I wouldn't charge them anything. Like I could just, like, imagine not having to pay rent, but like imagine not having to pay.
Sign me up.
You know what I'm saying? Like what if I could just take that away from the people that I care most about? Like what if I could just take a financial burden off of that? I think I would do that. And I would also buy a Tesla, because I think they're really cool. I would think
that's a good one. There we go. This one's not as fun, but it's like a nice in between. It's, where do you see yourself in 5, 10 to 15 years?
In the next 5 years, I would love to be a partnered streamer on Twitch with just this massive community of people who want to spread light and joy in the world, and just like it's just, I want to build like this contagious energy, and it just to the point where it's unstoppable. People come in, and it doesn't matter what kind of day they had, they just feel good when they leave. And that's my 5-year plan, right? To just be this massive community on Twitch that can just change people's lives.
And the number one, the most question that people were asking was, when you get partner, what will be the first thing you're going to splurge on and get for yourself? Which I know you're not a material person.
I think I would just love to have like a shirt. I think this is so silly, right? Like a splurge, but like like a shirt that just like maybe it says partner on the back, or like just something that I can look at or that I can touch or that I can hold that just makes me feel proud or that shows me the journey. I don't know. That seems really small.
No.
Like because to me, I think the first thing that I want to do is not buy something, but is to go live. Or maybe I'll call like BB or Bad Mama Jamma and just call them and just cry and just like you know what I mean? Just like the overwhelming emotion of just getting to share that feeling. That means more to me. What would I splurge on? I don't know. Maybe I'll get like a guitar or like a purple one. Like that would be kind of cool, right?
With
Like a Twitch purple guitar. Right? Like that would be really cool. I could bring it to meetups and people could sign it like from the community and like let it be this like that is like, you see, I don't derive worth from a price tag. It's from the meaning of it.
And for those of you who submitted the questions, there are your answers.
Thank you for asking.
From Kat. But yeah, is there anything else that you'd like to touch on? Any like little last words or anything that you feel like you wanted to say?
I don't talk about it a lot because I think it takes away, but I love that I have this opportunity to talk about it where it's like there can be this undertone of like of struggle and past and ownage, and my stream isn't about forgetting it. It's not about pretending that it doesn't exist. That's not what my level of positivity is about. It's about working through that so that you can embrace life and you can feel joy and you can get through. And so my hope is that people can feel that.
Awesome. That was a 2-hour conversation. Wow, that was
just it was quick half hour. Quick half hour.
Yeah. Hey, it's Future Frosty again. I just wanted to say thank you for watching the video. Please make sure to go follow LazerKatTV over at twitch.tv/ you guessed it, LazerKatTV. She's incredible. Her Discord and Instagram will all be linked in the description below. Go ahead and check her out. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to click the subscribe button and the like there right below the video. It really helps me out as a creator, and it lets you know when I upload a new video. Follow me at twitch.tv/FrostyFry, where I'll be doing live interviews, and I hope to see y'all next time. Remember, don't mind straight down, and stay frosty.